Hello, everybody. My name is Nisim Lopez. I am a Cuban American artist based in Miami, Florida, and I also happen to be a targeted individual, a victim of a secret, illegal, long term, unconstitutional surveillance program known as organized stalking. Some people know this as, covert harassment, community based mobbing, COINTELPRO, no touch torture. This goes by many names, gang stalking, etc. But basically, it is a secret program sponsored by law enforcement that is designed to destroy targeted individuals emotionally and psychologically. The idea is to bombard the target with negative environmental stimuli all the time with dark neuro-linguistic programming, basically forcing the target to snap. You know, this is a character assassination program. This is a secret program, a clandestine civil military operation, basically designed to destroy, every aspect of the target's life. This is really ugly stuff. And I realized that I was being unjustly and systematically harassed in an organized fashion by perps, by civilians that are recruited by the police in January of 2011, which means that, they really started gun stalking me in 2010, really. So, so yeah, I survived this shit. I have experienced all the phases and levels of the program. I know the whole game in and out. I know the whole game. Nobody can lie to me and tell me a story. And the other day, I was laying down on my bed. I was looking at the roof, staring at the roof, and I had what you call, a flash of insight. There are, based on my research, and I'm talking about a research that is based on reliable information, by serious people, based on my research, there are approximately 2 million American citizens, 2 million US citizens that are targeted individuals. I'm talking about 2 million people that are basically, harassed, agitated, intimidated, terrorized 24/7 everywhere they go by civilians that are recruited by the police. The idea is to cause a nervous breakdown so they can end up in a psychiatric institution, discredited, isolated, demonized, the credibility gone. You know, some targeted individuals end up in jail, and some targeted individuals even commit suicide. So we're talking about 2 million people, 2 million US citizens. And keep in mind that this is a global interagency program. This is happening not only in the US, this shit is happening in the UK, in Australia, in Europe, all over the place pretty much. This is a non-consensual, non-therapeutic human experimentation. It's all about mind control, really, about full spectrum dominance. They're hunting down, higher souls, dissidents, people that can be activists, people that in their eyes are people that can be considered a threat to the new world order one way or another. That's why they call themselves threat assessment team. So 2 million people that their lives are being ruined, by the government. That's a lot of people. We're talking about nice people, law-abiding citizens, who are like highly intelligent. They don't mess with nobody. Because for the most part, targeted individuals happen to be, people who are intellectual, people who are outspoken, usually law-abiding citizens, good people, people with morals. So we're talking about, more than a million souls that are being basically destroyed because of the arrogance of an elite, of a group of people that happen to be in positions of authority, and they have the power, and they can basically do whatever the fuck they want, and they are shielded from legal culpability. I think this is a very horrible thing, honestly, really horrible. I mean, despicable, really, that this shit is happening in the U.S., the land of the free, of the home of the brave. I came from Cuba in a boat in 1993. I came to America looking for freedom, liberty. In my eyes, back in the days, America was God, and the eagle and the American flag was like God for me, you know. And it turned out that I ended up as a targeted individual in America. Can you believe that shit? I still can't believe it. And I'm so disappointed that the US government has done this shit to me. I mean, let's face it, the police is behind this gun stalking shit. Law enforcement, they are the ones who recruit, the citizens on patrol that harass the targeted individual 24/7 in order to drive them insane. The police is behind this shit. The FBI is behind this shit. Homeland Security is behind this shit. We're talking about deep state criminal cabal. The shit is deep state. This is government. I mean, no question about it. This is a takedown program. And at the end of the day, I mean, what did I really do to deserve this shit? Alright, I have friction with a group of Ashkenazi Jews here in Florida that happen to be influential. They have friends in high places. Alright, I made a presentation in a university saying that 9/11 was an inside job and all that shit. Everybody fucking knows that shit. Everybody knows that the CIA created ISIS. Everybody knows that all these mass shootings taking place in the US are, for the most part, false flag events orchestrated by the government, in order to repeal the Second Amendment. The American people are not stupid. People know what the fuck is going on. So, I mean, let's face it. My ideas, are gonna challenge the machine? No. That's why they have something called mainstream media, an apparatus that is designed basically to influence the masses, to hypnotize the masses, and to carry out an agenda. Oh, this is what we want you to believe. This is the new agenda. All that shit. So I mean, I don't see how I could be a threat to anybody's interests, really. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I'm not interested in I don't. I'm not like. I'm not a threat to anyone, really. I've never been a threat to anyone. It's not like I am some crazy lunatic guy that wants to like do something bad to someone or to some type of institution or some shit. I'm just an artist, and I like to speak my mind. That's why I came to this country. I like freedom. I like to read whatever fucking book I want to read. I like to say whatever the fuck I want to say. That's why I came to this country in a boat, risking my life. You know, I didn't come here in a plane. I came here in a boat and I almost drowned, by the way. It was a long fucking thing. It took a lot of effort, a lot of sacrifice for me to get here. So I earned my freedom of speech with blood and sweat. So, it really bothers me, that I'm being hunted down like a fucking rat. Like I got all these people in the police recruiting civilians in order to mess with me day and night, 24/7, hoping that I snap, hoping that I do something crazy so that they can put me in jail under false accusations. And like I said, it's really sad. It really is sad. These people who are these people behind the gun stalking program, they don't realize it, but they are destroying America. These people have walked all over my constitutional rights. I'm a U.S. citizen, by the way. These people have walked all over my constitutional rights. My human rights, my my divine rights, I guess you could say. These people don't give a shit about human values. These people who are behind the gun stalking program, these people are devils. These people, they shouldn't be allowed to have any power. Period. So at least 2 million U.S. citizens that have been placed in this program, this secret, illegal, long-term, unconstitutional surveillance program. Think about it for a second. How many of these people have committed suicide? Because a lot of targeted individuals do commit suicide. We're talking about hundreds of people, if not thousands, that have taken their own lives because they can no longer take the gun stalking bullshit. I think that's a very serious issue. But mainstream media doesn't want to know anything about it. They are in bed with the police, they are in bed with the FBI. It's just disgusting, this whole thing. And I'm so I'm so disgusted to see, mainstream media lying to us all the fucking time, lying to us, telling us lies and lies and fucking lies. The police lying to us, the government lying to us. Like if we're fucking idiots or some shit. I'm so tired of these fucking lies. I don't know about you, but you know, I'm so tired. 9/11 was an inside job, and everybody's expected to believe, oh, no, it was the Arabs. And then, the CIA created ISIS. And, oh, Islamic State. They created ISIS. And then all these false flag events all over America. Mass shooting here, mass shooting there, mass shooting in a school, mass shooting in a fucking college campus. False flag events designed to repeal the Second Amendment. I mean, I don't have any guns. I'm not interested in guns. But I believe that people who like to go hunting or whatever and want to have a gun, they should have the right to have a gun. So, and the government lying to us and fucking lying to us all the time about this, about that. Just lies and lies and lies. I'm tired of all these fucking lies. Seriously. I'm so fucking tired of all these fucking lies. You know what? I cannot even turn on the TV anymore. I see all these puppets. These puppets on a TV screen. They're basically reading a script. Jesus fucking Christ. We're living in America, in a country where you're supposed to worship the Holocaust and you're supposed to say that Jews are innocent. Oh, Israel is innocent. Shit. There's no freedom of speech in the US anymore. I came to this country thinking that there was freedom of speech here. I grew up in a communist dictatorship in Cuba. I came here thinking that the US was a free country, liberty. There's no freedom of speech here anymore, really. I got kicked out of a college in early 2010 under false accusations because I dared to open my mouth and say that 9/11 was an inside job. And then, in January 2011, I realized that I have been placed officially in the gun stalking program. Once you're placed in the organized stalking program, you don't have much choices. Really, your choices are to end up in a psychiatric institution, to end up in jail, to die of cancer, brain tumor, heart attack, or some shit, or to commit suicide. Well, how beautiful, right? Organized stalking, a secret program sponsored by law enforcement designed to take out free spirits, people who are labeled as a threat, people that can pose a threat to the interest of the New World Order one way or another, even if they are, non-violent, law-abiding citizens, nice people who go to the library and all that shit. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, there are at least 2 million targeted individuals in America. We're talking about 2 million souls, 2 million lives ruined by the arrogance All these corrupt pieces of shit in positions of authority in the police, in the FBI, in Homeland Security, all these piece of shit motherfuckers, these fucking son of bitches, I hate them. I fucking hate them. So corrupt, so immoral, so filthy. How could they live with themselves, really? So much bad karma, it's horrible.